Soft and warm, the quiet storm, baby. Light a candle. If you're in the bubble bath already, I want you to sit back. Hopefully you have that towel in the back of the tub. So, ladies, you could just put your head back and just rock and ride out with the music and the conversation tonight. Welcome inside the Confessions of Love. You know, this is the time of night where I like to talk about love and romance because, you know, at some point in all of our lives, we are in some form of love and we have been through some kind of romance. So I think it's an open opportunity for us to engage in conversation. Now, tonight, I am honored to have a lady who I know for sure knows a lot about love and romance. As a matter of fact, we've gotten to know this very, very special lady, as I've been telling you over the week, from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And she's been very blessed, one might say, because she's been with the franchise since 2012, so that's like maybe 7 years in. But it's a pleasure to finally meet a young lady who I've been watching, just like you've been watching. We've been learning a little bit about her personality. But one thing we love about this is that love and hip-hop gives us an opportunity to kind of learn just one aspect of a person, but not everything. The Quiet Storm opens the other layers so we really can get to know the person behind what they do. And it's a pleasure and honor to welcome Miss Karlie. Karlie. Thank you, Karlie Redd, for being with me tonight. I appreciate the love. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. This is a blessing, and I have a lot of confessions to make myself. So
do you really? Well, you know what? We all do. So
Yes.
You're not alone in this boat. Not at all.
Yeah, and so I'm honored that you would have me here.
No, I'm honored. I'm glad that we finally got a chance to kind of sit down and talk. As quiet as it's kept, because, you know, we met you on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We should tell everyone that you were born and raised in New York.
Yes. So I listen to the Quiet Storm all the time.
Well, thank you.
I grew up on the Quiet Storm.
You heard the whisper.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, look, first of all, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Recently engaged.
I'm engaged, yes.
And something tells me it was by surprise.
Of course.
Did
Not know.
I mean, but sometimes ladies know because, you know, you're walking around with them and you're kind of pointing out rings or certain things, you're saying certain things. So sometimes we as men, we kind of get an idea that it's coming down the pike, and you might even know it's coming down the pike. But you were clueless in this situation.
I was clueless in the situation, but I was also always hinting and
so you were hinting, okay.
Yeah, and giving clues and always, you know, letting my significant other know, hey, this, you know, I'm getting older. This is what I want to do.
Sure.
And this is the road that I want to take. Because, you know, you can get into a relationship and they say, well, I'm not ready for that.
A lot of us get into relationships that we think we're ready for, but we're not.
Mm-hmm.
How does Karlie Redd know when it's time for her to get into that relationship? And I guess you have to, should we prepare ourselves? That's my question to you. Should we prepare ourselves for that relationship? And how do we know when it's the right time to prepare ourselves for that next person?
Yeah, as you've seen me go through all my relationships.
I have seen, and we've all seen. Yeah.
Right, as everyone has seen. I guess I'm the type of person that I don't let, you know, my relationship bring me down, you know?
Right.
And I feel like dating is very important in a relationship, you know, before the sex, before the moving in, before the...
Please do that.
Right.
Get to know the person.
Get to know the person before before all of that. You know, so.
But you kept. I mean, you know, you're in the public eye, and it seems like you kept your significant other off the radar for a minute.
I did.
Wow. Intentionally?
Yeah, I did. We were dating, and then you know, I didn't know he was gonna pop the question, but
sure.
And it's one of those things where you're like, okay, it caught me by surprise, like, wow, this is the one.
Wow. Okay. Karlie Redd is with us from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's go into one of your favorite slow jams. Being so you are familiar with the Quiet Storm, you know what we do.
Yes.
We believe in romancing. So what's one of your favorites?
Ooh. Case, can you sing at my wedding? Happily Ever
right.
After by Case.
Well, he's in Atlanta. So
Yes,
he can definitely
is.
sing.
He is, and I know him.
I know
so,
that's right.
Case, can you sing in my wedding?
That is so appropriate. So let's get into it. This is a Karlie Redd pick, baby, inside of the Quiet Storm. We're inside the Confessions of Love with Karlie Redd tonight. I've been waiting for this conversation because, you know, you have been all over Love and Hip Hop. I'm an avid fan because we've had so many of your castmates. Mimi is a good friend of mine, and she's come by the show on many occasions, and so many of your New York franchise friends has come by. So I'm happy to have you here to sit down and kind of engage.
I'm happy
in the
to be
conversation.
here.
Thank you so much. So I know you have some great ventures. First of all, congratulations. You just released your single.
Yes, I
Ferrari,
just Ferrari Karlie.
Tell me about the song.
Well, actually, I'm always in the studio recording, and it was just one of those things where I just snapped, and my management and everyone's like, "You need to put this record out. This might be a hit. This might be the one."
Okay.
You never know when a song's going to be a hit.
No, you never know.
Never know what the audience is going to take a liking to. And I just put it out, and wow, the response I got was amazing.
So this is the kind of car you drive mostly when you're on your downtime, a Ferrari? I mean, come on, you could tell.
A red one.
A red one, of course. We wouldn't think it would be blue, not white, but definitely a red one. No question about that. Okay, all right, well, you know what? I need you to do one favor for me because you're still working on the project, right?
Yes.
I need you to come out with some kind of Quiet Storm hip-hop song. I mean, you know, the last one, I'm old school, so LL Cool J, you know,
wow.
we need something that we can kind of gravitate to and move to inside the Quiet Storm. So
one of
work
those
on that.
when I'm alone in my room.
There you go.
Yeah,
but the female edition of it, you know what I mean? So I would really respect that.
Oh no, definitely. You know what? I'll be working on that ASAP.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that.
I'm on it.
You know, you're aside from doing reality TV, a lot of folks don't know that you are an entrepreneur. I remember when you first launched your wig line.
Yep.
But now you have a store in Atlanta. Tell us about it.
I have stores. I have a store in Atlanta in the North Point Mall.
Wow.
I have so many ventures going on. You know what? I believe in hustle, and I believe in having not just one thing going on. You know, you can be an entrepreneur and have many things and get money and you know, from every aspect. You know, just you don't have to have just one thing going on. So, and speaking of confessions,
Please confess.
I am writing currently a sex book with Zane.
With Zane? Like, Zane is a good friend of mine. And she's the queen of sex books.
Yes.
The queen of exotic poetry, writings.
Yes.
So wait a minute. So you opened up a whole new can of worms. All right, so you're writing a sex book, you're collaborating with Zane.
Yeah.
What's the name of the book? Can you reveal that yet?
It's called Even Exchange.
Fair exchange is no robbery, right?
That's exactly why.
Okay, so even exchange.
And that's exactly why it's called that. How did you know?
Well, you know, I don't know.
How did you know?
I didn't know. And I haven't spoken to Zane, so I don't know. But this is a phrase that I use all the time. So fair exchange is no robbery. So, I mean, I could take and run with this to my feet runs off. But
it is the Quiet Storm. We can talk about it.
It is the Quiet Storm. So can you delve a little bit in it?
Yes.
What is this about?
Well, you know how Zane is.
I do. Yep.
And it goes into sexual chronicles, confessions.
Of course.
But it's also about the woman being satisfied as much as the men. And I feel like a lot of us as women, we don't get that satisfaction.
Why is that, you think?
Confession.
Okay, confession.
I honestly didn't have an orgasm till I was like in my 20s.
Wow.
Yeah. Late 20s at that. And I think because I was more of the person satisfying instead of getting satisfied.
You're a pleaser.
I'm a pleaser.
And the person that you were with wasn't.
You're right. But I think a lot, and just in general, I think a lot of women are the pleasers.
And I think that's a note, fellas, for us to pay attention to make sure my philosophy is if your lady is satisfied, we're pretty easy. We can probably get to our moment of satisfaction a lot quicker than most women.
Oh, you think?
I think. And some probably get there way too soon. I know where you were going with that.
Yeah.
But I think if the woman is pleased, first and foremost, even if you don't even decide to even go there for yourself,
right.
I think the most important thing is to make sure the woman is pleased.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of, you have a lot of men, I mean, a lot of women fake it.
Yeah, I know.
They fake it till they make it.
Unfortunately, that's unfortunate because you know what, that messes with our egos.
Yeah.
Because we're led to believe then that you are doing the right thing, and in essence, we're really not.
Because I mean, like I said, a lot of women are pleasers, you know, and they're just want to please their man, and they just want to show their man that, you know, I don't think it's anything to do with that they're not enjoying themselves. They just want to make sure that their man is happy.
They're satisfied. But but you gotta be satisfied as well. Karlie Redd is with us from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Oh, I can't wait for this book. What's the name of the book?
Even Exchange.
Even Exchange. Fair exchange is no robbery, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I don't know what you're going to get into tonight while we have some ear candy still going on. I need another one of your favorite songs.
Oh, my gosh. It's so many.
I know. Well, being so you're an Aries.
Yes, I'm an Aries.
Are you the 15th
and my
or the 20th?
fiance's an Aries.
Oh, wow.
How crazy is that?
That's interesting. When is his birthday?
March 23rd, and mine is April 15th.
Wow. Oh, your tax deadline. Karlie Redd
Don't
is the
remind
tax
me.
deadline.
Growing up,
real.
I had to be in the tax office every birthday.
Time on your birthday. That's a horrible feeling. Well, give me your second choice of
Oh,
song.
gosh, it's so many. We have, what?
Yeah,
Tank.
Case. Oh, Tank is a good one. You want to go with the When We?
Joe.
Well, let's do Tank first.
Oh, gosh, no, Joe.
Joe first. Which
Joe,
song?
you have Joe with Case, them Missing You.
Oh, do you want... Okay, you on that. So Case is definitely going to be performing at the wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, no question. Okay, so let's do
I
this.
love
Missing
Joe,
You,
too.
Karlie Redd's pick inside the Quiet Storm.
Cheers.
Toast to you. Cheers. Good health, happiness, success, and love till the end of time.
Same
For
to
you
you,
and your
too.
fiancé. You know, we've been waiting for Miss Karlie Redd to come by because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta portrays you to be one particular way.
Yes.
How much of what we see is really Karlie
Well,
on a percentage basis?
right. A lot of it is, but you know how it is. You can't capture everything in one day.
This is true.
And you can't capture my whole life, which is why I come here to tell you about who I am.
The real person.
And you get to know me as a person, and you're like, you know what? She's not what I see on TV, or she is maybe a little bit of it. Or, you can judge for yourself.
A lot of people didn't know that you have a background in acting. A lot of people didn't know that you were modeling.
Yeah.
A lot of people know that you have business ventures outside of that. So, you
Absolutely.
really have been blessed beyond measure.
Oh my gosh,
and
I've been
and
so
I
blessed.
assume that the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta franchise has enhanced that a little bit.
Yes, I am a child actor. I've been in movies and television and commercials since I was a kid.
Wow.
I went to the Harlem School of the Arts right here in New York.
That's crazy.
And I also graduated with a degree in filmmaking. But I've always had a passion for acting since a kid, always. So that's just a real passion of mine. And so I kept auditioning. I was in the movie Top 5 with Chris Rock.
Yes, I remember that movie very well. Yeah, I remember that movie a lot.
That crazy scene.
Yeah, that crazy scene. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, and actually I did the auditions right here in New York.
That's
I
crazy.
auditioned for it. So I didn't just get it because of my platform. I auditioned for it right here in New York, flew myself out
No,
to the
you're bona
audition.
fide. But you were determined.
And that's what it's all about.
It is. And I'm sure you instilled that in your daughter.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
You're hard on her because of
so
the
hard
things
on
that you have been through, obviously, as most parents wouldn't want their children to go through? Or do you feel that life is life and she has to
No,
face...
I'm hard on her.
Really?
I'm super hard on her.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
No,
Because that's
not,
a turnoff these days to the millennials, no?
it so is.
Right.
She calls me extra.
Okay.
That's her nickname for me. Oh, extra. But I was raised on those principles, the principles and values of good, parenting.
Right.
Meaning, my mother wasn't afraid to fling a shoe across the room or anything like that. I was raised, and I came out pretty good, and I'm very independent. So I feel like if I instill those same values in my daughter, she'll be okay.
No question. Well, you have a very rich cultural background. We should mention you're Trinidadian.
Yes, I am Trinidadian.
So that's a very strong foundation to build on.
Yeah.
And independence is really quintessential.
Yeah.
With everyone who comes from the culture and just in general, I mean, I have a little Bayesian in me, so I understand the Caribbean
really?
lifestyle.
You're Bayesian, okay,
No, a pinch, just a pinch, just a pinch.
Yeah.
But so I understand the lifestyle and the obligation of what's required of what the parents, put forth. So
Yeah, they're very strict.
yeah, to say the least.
Strict
But
parenting.
strictness is what's needed these days, especially with the young ones.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that I feel like if parents and schools were a little bit more strict, I'm not saying that you have to overdo it or to the point where you're just not good parents or anything like that. And what I'm saying is that a little strictness, hey, curfew,
Who knows about that these days? But yes, I haven't heard that word in a long time. But curfew
things
is
like
definitely
that.
quiet,
Curfew, no, and a lot of no phones, no this punishment, hey, you're right.
yeah. Karlie Redd. Wow, you talking about words that millennials don't know about these days.
Right.
But you're instilling them in your daughter.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, man, I can only imagine the man who she selects. Because do you think women pick men women pick men or do women pick men or do men pick women?
That's a good question. Because I think the woman chooses a man.
I think you're 150% correct. I think we come to you, we have an interest in you, but you decide who comes in the door.
Yeah, a woman definitely chooses a man.
So as time went on, when you look back at your life, you've learned a lot. Obviously, you've been through a lot.
Absolutely.
How does this transcend to your daughter? And what would you advise not only your daughter, but young women out here today who are just now getting into their 20s and, obviously they think they're growner than grown. What would you advise to them in terms when they're coming into having an interest in wanting to have someone special in their lives?
I would don't give up your like I said, date, and don't give up your soul and your instilled beliefs, your gut. We have that little gut thing as a woman.
We do.
Your intuition. Don't give that up for a man.
Got it. Men have it too, just so you understand. We get that instinctual. Not as sharp as yours,
right?
But we have them too.
Okay, give me an example.
We know when something is wrong. Like I always knew when something was not right in the relationship, instinctually. And I took a long time coming to the forefront with them. But we get that little inside voice or that little level of uncertainty, like something's not right here, and she ain't being truthful and forthcoming with the information. So
yeah.
I'm going to go in that. But you want to give a person the benefit of the doubt because you want them to come forth on their own accord.
And when is that going to happen?
well, it all depends on the communication.
Yeah.
Karlie Redd with us. Look, I know I got to let you go, but I do, before I let you go, someone...
I'm having so much fun.
Well, we're going to come back. I need one more song from you. But someone told me about saints and sinners. You know something about that?
Yeah.
So we're going to come back and talk about saints and sinners. Look, we're all sinners. So you may be misled by what I'm saying, but Karlie Redd will explain it when we come back. But give me one more song, George, before.
Oh, gosh. Oh, what's another joint? Help me.
Well, you said Joe and Case, but you also said Tank.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you like Tank. You like Tank's music?
Yeah, I like Tank's music.
You're an Aries. I used to go out with an Aries, so I'm going to go with When We.
Ooh.
I think you know about that song, and it relates to the book that she's co-written with Zane and the whole thing about fair exchange. Anyway, Karlie Redd with us inside the Quiet Storm, Confessions of Love. We're going to do some sipping on some wine, as I would suggest you do as well, and we'll come back and have a wrap-up with this beautiful lady tonight on the Quiet Storm.
Quiet Storm.
The Quiet Storm, baby, is heated up tonight. It's on fire because we have one of the hottest ladies around, and that's Miss Karlie Redd from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Will you be returning to the series?
Oh, I can't talk about that.
Well, I needed to ask. Just needed to ask.
We can't discuss
I know
that,
you're doing
but...
a lot of stuff. You got the new single out, Ferrari, Karlie.
Single out. Just got engaged.
Just got huge. That's the biggest thing. Engagement is first, then the single. Now you got the collab with the book deal with Zane. And this new thing called Saints and Sinners.
Saints and Sinners.
Tell me about this, because Keith Robinson and a couple of other cast members is
oh my
people.
gosh, yes, Saints and Sinners. I've been on it since season 1. We're now in our going to season 4, but I've been in season 1, season 2, and season 3. And the cast members on this show, Clifton Powell, Vanessa Bell Calloway, Christian Keys. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Christian Keys. Like J.D. Williams, I can go on and on. Keith Robinson. I look up to these actors. I look up to Vanessa Bell Calloway. I look up to, you know what I mean? I look up to these actors like, whoa.
They challenge you as an artist.
Challenge me. And I'm very, very happy and up for the challenge at every moment that I'm in their vicinity. I'm like, just there.
The role you play, let's get into that. Mm-hmm. You're comfortable in this role. Tell us about the character you are.
Okay, cool. I love her. Paige. Paige is a down woman for her man. Paige will do anything for her man. I mean, rob, steal, like she
ride or die.
Ride or die.
Okay.
And but at the same time, she's tough on him. She's just a homegrown woman.
Wow. Who's strong.
Who's strong,
yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely strong, resilient. But a little vivacious.
Mm-hmm.
And on the cutting edge, one might say.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely on the cutting edge. She kills somebody for her husband and her family.
Wow. I mean, I guess that's what love is all about. When you go in, you go the distance.
Yeah.
No matter what.
You should. You should definitely go the distance in the hopes that he would go the distance for you as well.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Well, if it's true love.
If it's true love.
Love. Something that we all, again, know about and have been in. Is it love something you feel or love something you know? I'll come back to that.
Ooh.
Is love something you feel or love something you know?
Wow. It's something you feel and know.
Really?
I feel like it's
What's
both.
the feeling of love for you? Because it's varied. Love is so varied.
Yeah, it is. It's that butterfly effect in my tummy.
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
Can't wait to see them.
Yeah.
Get a little nervous sometime.
Get a little nervous.
But that's just for the first year. And then after the first year, then the real you comes out in most cases.
Well, no. I feel like at this point you should definitely be ever changing in love, you know? Do things different surprise him. Be mystery.
Right. And are you a person who likes to be surprised in return, though?
Yes.
So us men should take a note of that as well. So we should be pretty mysterious. Don't do things the same way all the time.
No.
Don't make love in the same place all the time.
No.
In the same way all the time.
No.
Okay. Should we role play in this situation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You should definitely keep it, challenging in the bed and, do things, role play, all that stuff.
Wow. Well, this has been an enlightening experience for me. And again, I thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully this won't be our first rodeo.
No, it won't
and you'll come back. Because, with you having known about the Quiet Storm for quite some time, this is our first time
I'm excited.
inside of Confessions of Love.
Quiet Storm.
She's been doing that all night long. Look.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no. Thank you for coming. Love and happiness till the end of time for you and your
Love
fiancé.
and happiness.
Do we have a date yet?
Since we're both Aries, I think we're gonna do around April.
That's a good time of the year.
April, yeah. That's what we've been discussing.
That's good. Well, look, make sure you get my mailing address.
No, you're invited. You're there.
Well, I just want to make sure. The Quiet Storm is in the building.
I got you a job already. Hosting it.
And, I do weddings, so isn't that interesting? Huh?
Oh, really?
So,
See?
yeah, I do weddings all the time.
I know that? I didn't even know that.
I don't know how you knew that, but I'm glad you asked. And I definitely would love to be there because it's been a long time. Plus, we're right up the road in Augusta. But I got to get to Atlanta because evidently something is happening in Atlanta. In my absence, took a little time off over the weekend. A lot of things happened over the weekend. Stevie J and Faith Evans gets married.
Yeah,
they don't get engaged; they get married, and
he's happy.
And I'm happy for her.
They've been knowing each other for a long time.
Yes, since the Bad Boy days. I get that. And now you get engaged. It's something happening in Atlanta, so I'm gonna have to take that ride into Atlanta and find out what's going on.
Love is in the air.
Is that what's going on? Well, I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out when I come into the ATL for real.
Hit me up as soon as you get there.
I'm going to hold you to that, Karlie.
Please.
Karlie Redd, make sure you get that brand new single. You can get it on all downloads. Ferrari Karlie. The video is going to be hot. The lady is hot. She's doing some big things. The book comes out soon with Zane. Check her out in Saints and Sinners. And we'll be watching you if you return to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. But I'm sure if she returns to Love and here's my prediction. If you return to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Predictions.
She calms down a little bit. A little bit. You don't calm down a lot because you flip-flop a lot. But you calm down maybe a little bit because love and balance is in your life. And I think with love and balance the right way, our characters change. I could be wrong,
That's a good prediction.
but we'll see. Like I said, I do know about Aries. They're interesting. So I don't know how the men are, but of course I know how the ladies are. So
Yeah.
continued success and happiness to you. Thanks for coming by.
No,
Appreciate
thank you
that.
for having me. I really appreciate you guys.
Karlie Redd, baby, on the Quiet Storm tonight.